There's a moose. There's a moose. There's a moose. Hey everybody, this is the Marine.
This is Runner.
We're back up here on the Superior Hiking Trail. I just realized last year we didn't hike this trail. Usually we hike this trail, it's at least once a year, maybe twice a year. But we spent a lot of time in the Boundary Waters last year. I went to Nepal, did a trek in the Himalayas. Yeah, it's been a year since we've been on this trail. This is a beautiful trail. And you can see we already got a little blow down, but not bad. The trail's a little muddy, but otherwise it's pretty nice. It's a nice day. It rained real hard this morning and the trail's wet. And then last week, Runner was saying
Almost a foot of snow up around the Duluth up here in this area.
But we're gonna do it just a short trek. We're gonna do 2 8-mile days. I plan on doing a lot of filming. I'm really excited to get out here. I packed my drone, so hopefully I'll have some good video with the drone. Cut through that section of mud. You'll come up to high grounds and the trail's real nice, and you'll come to low grounds and that's where you'll see all the mud. And another thing with the Superior Hiking Trail is can be difficult. It's a beautiful trail, but there's so many rocks and roots that you have to look down a lot. Instead of having your head up, you could easily trip. And that away is Lake Superior. It's probably about 2 miles from here. We're up on the ledge overlooking Lake Superior. Got up about 4 o'clock this morning and met Runner at Subway. We always stop at Subway. We get a submarine sandwich, eat half of it. The other half we take and we'll eat for lunch on the trail. We've been doing that for so many years. It's a little tradition. That squeaking you hear is my water bottle. It's not my pack. Overlook. Definitely have to check that out. Went up to the overlook to send my drone up. Got on top of that ledge there. Man, it was windy. Brought it up just as far as I could because I was afraid I was going to lose it because it's full of trees, and I only had a small corridor to get it back down through the trees and onto the rugged ground. I didn't want to break any props. I didn't bring any extra props, but that was touch and go. That wind was super windy up there.
I see snow down there.
You see snow down there?
Yeah, there's some snow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it over there. Down there in that corner is snow, and this goes right down to Lake Superior. And you can see a barge out there on the lake.
Big ship out there. Nord carrier.
Down there is a fault line, and I guess we could have some earthquakes around up here in the upper Midwest. I live in California, Camp Pendleton. We used to have earthquakes down there. I think I had been in about 5. But up here in the Midwest, they say someday there's going to be an earthquake up here. I guess that's proof of it. Now the fault line ends right down here where the rocks are, and then there's a creek that comes in and it goes into this pond. I think the beaver dammed it up there, and it goes all the way to Lake Superior. So that's Lake Superior right there. It's cloudy right now. The wind is still going. It's supposed to rain a little bit this afternoon, so we're hoping to get to camp and get all set up. But if it does rain, oh, I'll cool off then. Boy, it's so nice being back up here in the Superior Hiking Trail. It is just gorgeous here. I just love it up here. Needed to get away. There's a moose. See him over there? That's a moose. You used to see them a lot down in this lower section. We're in mid-lower section of Superior Hiking Trail, and man, they're disappearing. There he goes. Whoa, how cool is that to see a moose up here, especially on this lower section, you know, of the Superior Hiking Trail. Yeah, that was so awesome to see a moose. I haven't seen a moose in a few years. We always see moose signs. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen any moose signs in this area. And here I see a moose. I'm up in the Boundary Waters. There's signs everywhere. And we never bump into a moose. When was the last time we bumped into a moose?
That was out on the island.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Been hearing the wolves. I haven't seen a bear in a long time.
We don't need to see any bear.
I'm debating whether to take the bridge or the beaver dam. I'm going to send Runner out there on the bridge to see how safe it is.
Runner's taking the beaver dam. Taking the bridge?
Yeah, I'm going to check the bridge out. Got to get to the bridge first. Oh yeah, it's sturdy. Look what we have here, moose tracks. Yeah, that cow was just around that brush right there, and that's where I seen her. Now I got Runner that's gonna try it. You crossing the beaver? I wouldn't cross the beaver dam, I'd go on the bridge. The bridge is pretty secure, you just gotta get to it. That's nice. Someone built a little bench here to rest, climbing up this rock hill.
Is that what they call it?
That is Lake Superior. Lake Superior. Nice little view from our little bench there. Junebug just came out of his little burrow there. A little early, it's still the middle of May. Poison ivy. Just seen a grouse right over here. first signs of spring right down here, and the first mosquito right here. Surprised that held me. Let's see if it holds runner. Don't fall. You can see we're in this open area and there's a lot of stumps here, logging years ago. And here you can really cruise. It's still a little wet. But this breeze coming at us feels so good. It's really nice to have this breeze. Otherwise, tomorrow if it's warm, I'm gonna have to take this shirt off. But it's a beautiful day. Clouds are moving in and out, and we should be at our camp in about, I would say in an hour, less than an hour. I think we got 1.5 miles to go, so set up camp. The hammock I'm using is a Dream Hammock Darien. The under quilt that I'm using is from Hammock Gear. It's the 40-degree Phoenix, which would be at 10 Celsius. And I have 2 extra ounces of down. It's supposed to get down to the 30s tomorrow, maybe freezing, which is 0 Celsius. And this should keep me warm. I'll find out. Now the top quilt that I'm using is from Hammock Gear. It's a 40 degrees, which is 10 Celsius, Burrow. And this has 2 extra ounces of down. Now the tarp that I'm using is from Hammock Gear. It's a Cuban fiber Dyneema. It's an 11-foot winter palace. It's a big tarp, and this will keep the wind out tonight. And we're supposed to get some rain, and this should do very well. And there's runners. And we will get some water. I'm almost out of water.
It really is nice when you find the flowing water like this, because then this bag fills right up. It's got such a wide opening. And the Marines seen them both at the same time and decided these were pretty slick, and I don't. They're very happy with them. Actually.
So far, yeah. And they're what, from Knox?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a Knox water bag. I think this is our 2nd or 3rd year that we've been using them. Very satisfied with them. We just got our water from the Cheapens Creek. The creek is down there. I'm a little disappointed. I thought the water would be cleaner than that because it's a creek. And what happened is, with all the rain yesterday and the snow melting, we got a lot of runoff, so it's real muddy and cloudy, so we'll have to filter that out. I really look forward to coming to these small creeks like that. The water is nice and tasty and clean and clear water, but especially those spring creeks, not this time. If you can look in there, you got some stuff floating in there. We're at Chapin Ridge campsite. Just came and got some water from Chapin Creek. Camp is over here. We're gonna filter the water, then we gotta find some firewood and get a fire going because I'm hungry. I have Polish sausage that I brought. Tradition that we have up here, we bring brats or Polish sausage. These are smoked brats with cheddar cheese in it. And our first night, unless it's raining, we always will have meat on a stick. Kind of like the state fair in Minnesota. Well, you guys, I was taking a little stroll down this ledge here, a little night hike, and man, it's a beautiful night. All the clouds moved out. It's about 50 degrees, which is 10 Celsius. We have a full moon. It's lighting up this area here. Earlier, I had that drone up in there to get some nice shots, and my phone went haywire. I lost connection, and I didn't know where it was, and that thing was just flying around, and I couldn't connect with it. I had to turn off the phone and reboot it up again, and finally it connected. I hit home, and it came back, and safely landed it. Hopefully I got some nice shots. I need to work on my piloting skills. Needs a little bit of work. I can learn how to fly that thing. But I'm gonna head back to the fire. Man, what a nice night. I hate to call it a night, because it's just a gorgeous night. See what Runner's doing? And can't wait to get in that hammock. Good night, John boy. Well, good morning, everyone. Slept great in this hammock. It was so nice to get back in here and get a good night's sleep. And that's where I keep my flashlight, over the ridge line. And up there I got a peak bag, and I'll put my extra clothing like a hat and glove, and if I get cold I can just reach up in there and pull out a hat and put it on if I get cold. Now, I had that peak bag for many years, and that's from 2Q ZQ. Last night there was a full moon out, and I got this Cuban fiber tarp, and you can see right now it's pretty early in the morning. It's got to be about 5 o'clock. And this Cuban fiber tarp really lets a lot of light in, and so with that full moon it was pretty lit up in here. I got up to go to the bathroom twice last night, and I didn't even need the flashlight because that moon was out. And one thing I want to talk about real quickly, I just did a video about 3/4 length underquilt, and a subscriber asked, how do you get that cord over your feet? Because you want the cord over your feet, because you want the 3/4 length underquilt cord over that foot box in your top quilt. And you can see how this underquilt comes right down over my feet. And he asked, how do you get this cord over there if you don't have a zipper on the screen? So what you do is you reach down and grab through the hammock the material, not the screen, and you pull up. You pull the underquilt up. If you can see the cord. But you got to make sure you don't grab the screen, you grab the hammock material. And then on the head end of the 3/4 length underquilt, you come on this side, reach over and adjust the 3/4 length underquilt and pull up this way. Make sure it's over your shoulder. And this really kept me nice and toasty warm. Got down to 39 degrees, which was about 4 Celsius. So I'm going to get up, see if Runner's up, and tear down camp and eat some breakfast and head to our next camp. Looking forward to getting out on that trail again. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be sunny all day. Tonight is supposed to rain late tonight and all day tomorrow. Maybe some thunderstorms. So, well, get up and get a little productive here. How'd you sleep in that hammock?
I slept really great. It was kind of nice to get back into the blackbird again. I haven't used it for a long time. Not that I don't like my chameleon, but the blackbird was just, it was really kind of a treat to get back into that. If I'm sitting there, I got all snuggled in. Top quilt on, under quilt all situated. And I'm laying there, I thought, well, pull out the map, kind of look at where we're at. And I fell asleep looking at the map and forgot to even take my glasses off, so.
When you get in a hammock and you're tired or you had a long day, man, you just fall asleep. I get the best sleep in a hammock. Now that stove is a batch 2.0 FE, fuel efficient. What are you having for breakfast, Runner?
Oh, probably the old staple, a protein bar and some oatmeal. I haven't taken it out yet.
Any hot chocolate or coffee?
Yeah, I might have hot chocolate.
Got the water boiling and I'm gonna have some hot chocolate. Make a little bit of oatmeal. Now the oatmeal I'm eating is peaches and cream. And Runner turned me on to it. He told me about his old girlfriend named Peaches. So ever since then I've been getting peaches and cream.
Runner didn't have any girlfriend.
In honor of Runner's old girl.
Runner didn't have any girlfriends.
Oh, wait till I tell your wife. And I got that protein bar, as hard as a rock. I gotta choke that down, but I really like to have a lot of protein when I'm hiking here. A lot of people think you should eat carbs when you hike. Carbs are fine, especially if it's complex carb. The simple carbs you'll burn up right away, but the key is protein. But they're not the best tasting. I gotta find a better protein bar. Fat will keep you warm. That burns for 8 hours. Protein is about 6 hours. But when I'm up here, I always try to get about 80 grams of protein. That's my key, is trying to get 80 grams of protein. And one of the ways, these protein bars are like a brick. I need to get a softer, like a wafer type protein bars. These things are like eating them. Oh. And you gotta choke them down. Ugh. Yeah. Now that protein bar is 30 grams of protein, and that'll keep me going probably till lunchtime. And when I take people up in the Boundary Waters, when they get tired, I hand them a protein bar, and it's amazing. They will say that after about 20 minutes, they have all this energy. So protein is the key. Protein and fats. Don't worry about them carbs. Try to stay away from the carbs. Last night when Runner and I were by the fire, we could hear those whippoorwills they were singing all night. And when I got in the hammock, they were just going to town. I think I heard them till about maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Another thing that was really cool last night is the grouse were drumming. I can hear that drumming. And those sounds are really pretty. You know, if it bothers you, you can put earplugs in. But I love the sound of nature. And with those whippoorwills just whippering and willowing all night, that was kind of cool. A red squirrel was trying to get into Runner's pack and chased him away. That wasn't very nice of you, Runner. Poor little red squirrel was hungry.
There's nothing eating that pack. All the food's over here.
Well, he would find something in that pack to chew on. Back on the trail. We're in an area right next to our camp. It's called Christmas Tree Ridge, I believe. And there's a lot of pine trees here. And on the other side of the ridge, there's a lot of pretty pines. So I take it that's why they call it Christmas Tree Ridge. But the only thing that's a drawback on that is that there's a lot of roots. And that's hard on the feet. You know, people complain about rocks, but the roots are a lot harder on the feet. And when they're wet, it's really slippery. You can easily slip. So, but it's nice to be back on the trail. It's cold, strip down, and you get back into your hiking clothes, and then you got to get moving to warm up. You can see the ridge over on that side as we're hiking through here, following this ridge. What do you think of the Christmas Tree Ridge?
Really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty back in here.
Yes.
Our next stop is Split Rock State Park. And there's a loop there. It's real popular, a lot of campsites. I heard the campsites are nice. Never been up there. It's the most popular area of the Beaver State hiking trail. But they say that the bridge is out, so we'll come down and take the lower loop, because the water's a little high and I don't want to take a chance going across this time of year. If it was fall time, I'd definitely cross it. But the trail so far hasn't been too wet. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. We're seeing a lot of blowdowns here in this section, this Christmas tree ridge section. 3 of them we went over. Here's one that we can just step right over. You can see some wolf scat. It looks like there's some type of hair. I would believe that must be deer hair. It's been there a while. Probably this winter, the wolf probably got a deer and ate it, and when they eat everything. So there you can see part of the hair of the deer inside that scat. They're eating good up here. A lot of deer up here. That's why there's a lot of wolves in this area. We just seen some wolf scat back there, and here is part of its kill. This is the view that we have. Lake Superior over there. We're on this ledge eating our lunch, and on the menu is tuna fish. What do you have on your menu?
Tuna fish and mayo.
Yeah.
On a spinach wrap.
Runner brought some mayo up, these little packets. You get these tuna creations, and they're dry as dirt. And you take a little packet of mayo, mix it in there, and put it on a tortilla or some type of wrap, and that's the ticket. And this one has 17 grams of protein. I like to try to get 20 grams of protein for lunch, but this is the best I can do. Got some little snacks. We'll hydrate up.
Whose tuna is that?
Oh, I left my tuna at home.
What are you looking for?
So Runner is going to let me borrow the tuna, and I will return it when we wake up tomorrow morning. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. We've been following the shoreline here up on this ledge. We had to go down and come around Split Rock. Cross the bridge and go into the underpass. But we're probably about 2 miles from camp. Hopefully there's a nice little spring creek there so we can get some water. But man, I'm telling you guys, it's just a gorgeous day. What a perfect day to be on the Spear Hiking Trail. I would have to believe the temperature is probably 55 degrees, which would be 12 Celsius. Got our hammocks set up. We got the under quilts on, the top quilts inside the hammocks. We got our tarps pitched really low because it's supposed to rain at midnight tonight, and it's supposed to rain till tomorrow night. So we're gonna wake up and have a little bit of rain, which is okay. We're prepared for that. We had to pitch our setup down here because if you look, there really isn't any trees in this campsite. This is a campsite by Blueberry Hill. So we've seen these pine trees in here and came in and set up our camp in here. We're kind of close together, but this is all there was. Just went down to the creek and got us some water. You can see that the water, a lot of runoff still. The creeks are still a little muddy, getting a lot of tannin in there, and you can see how dark those bags are. But the filter will filter out most of that. Looks like some moose was urinating in the creek. Just got done filtering the water, and we're going to compare the waters. Man, it's not much difference. Looks like I'm going to be drinking a salad with all that tannin in there. I thought that filter would clean it out a lot better than that. But this is the water we had yesterday out of that creek. Boy, it's a big difference from yesterday, having this water from that creek yesterday into this creek here. A lot of tannin in there. Looks like Runner and I are going to be drinking a lot of salad with all that vegetation runoff in there. For dinner, I'm having shepherd's cottage pie, and this is from Packet Gourmet. This is one of my favorite meals. It is very tasty. And another thing I like about this, it has a lot of protein. It has 40 grams of protein. And then you have a little packet that you make mashed potatoes. And you put the mashed potatoes inside. You can stir it up, but I like to eat it bit by bit. So if you never had the Packet Gourmet shepherd's cottage pie, I really recommend it.
I never had one.
Runner has never had it, and I'm not going to let him have a bite.
Not even going to share it? Never got me one? Could have ordered one for me? No. You think so?
You got the beef stew in there with the mashed potatoes. Runner, what are you having for dinner?
I'm having poor man's meal, Backpacker's Pantry, $4.99.
$4.99?
$4.99.
Whoa!
I'm a man on a budget.
Now, what flavor is that? Is that?
Well, it's not shepherd's cottage pie, but it's a lot like it. It's mashed potatoes and gravy with beef.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's pretty close.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that. I'll have to take a little test. What'd you find there, Runner? What is that?
We had a great dinner tonight. We cleaned the bone.
We've got a lot of nice wood for a fire tonight. Well, we're winding it down. We're sitting by the fire. Got everything pretty much put away over in the hammocks, waiting for the rain to come in a couple hours. So we're all secure, we're ready to go, and only had a couple days here and it went so quick. I love it up here. I really miss being up here. Haven't been up here, like I said, in 2 years, so it's great to be back up in the Spirit Hiking Trail. It's always good to be with my buddy Runner. Runner, what do you think?
Ditto, Ron. I think we had a couple really nice days. The weather was fantastic. Great hike today along the vistas overlooking the big lake most of the time. But we couldn't ask for any better. It was really nice, and it was, like the Marine said, it's just nice to hang out, have some fellowship, and enjoy the God's creation here. So I love being up here. I needed it at this time just to get away from the stress that most of us are under back in the workaday world. So it really was just a nice, quick but nice trip.
Yeah, I agree with Runner. I was kind of stressed out, been so busy, I needed to get away, and this was a really good time to get away. Perfect timing, and that smoke follows me. You guys, whenever I have a fire, that smoke just follows me. And here it comes again. Great to unwind up here and relax, and this North Country will do that to you.
I bought a wall hanging at Hobby Lobby that we're putting in my my office at home, and it simply says, "The mountains are calling, and I must go."
And for us, the woods was calling, and we must go, and we went, and we conquered. So, you guys, if you ever get a chance to come up in this area, it's just beautiful. The only thing is, in a week or two, when it warms up, the bugs will be out, and we didn't experience any. I think I seen a few mosquitoes, but nothing bad at all. It was really a nice weather on the cool side. You can see right now it's 44 degrees, which is about 12 Celsius. So we're all set to go. We're gonna get this fire going and then just stay until it gets dark by the fire, and then we're gonna head into our hammocks. And I'm really looking forward to getting back into that hammock again. Man, I slept great last night. Man, it was wonderful. How'd you sleep?
Oh man, I slept so good last night. I don't know what it is. I might have to find a way to hang a hammock at home because, boy, I really slept nice. I think part of it is just being out in the fresh air, all the exercise we had, overcoming some of the challenges. It was a tiring day, but boy, when you lay up in that hammock, you're really, really comfortable, cozy, and I just sleep really great in it. So.
Yeah, you guys, we didn't do many miles. We probably did 16 to 18 miles in this 3 days, 2 nights. We took our time because I wanted to do a lot of filming. But we're gonna wind it down. Good night, and we'll see you in the morning.
You were worried.
We're tearing down camp, probably eat breakfast, and then we're gonna head out. It was supposed to rain this morning, but it never rained. It was supposed to be 100% chance of rain right now. It's cloudy, it drizzled during the nighttime a little bit, but the temperature got down to 40 degrees, which was about 7 Celsius. So it's a beautiful morning. It's not too cold, it's not windy. So we're gonna get everything done and head out. Well, we're just leaving camp. We're gonna head down to the car, but up here there's a detour, so we're gonna take that detour, and it's a road called Blueberry Road, and it's gonna be all roads and pavement paths, I guess, for bike paths. Just as we got packed and headed out, it started to rain. For a while it was raining pretty good, and it's still 40 degrees, which is 7 Celsius, but it's kind of sad we have to get off the trail, come down here. And it's because of some people harassed one of the landowners that graciously let, the Spear Hiking Trail come through there. And you got 2 knuckleheads came and harassed a guy that was hunting there. And so the owner says, the heck with that. So it's too bad. So people, if you have a political agenda, keep it at home. Don't bring it on the trail. You're not supposed to bring that stuff on the trail. Trails, to enjoy the wilderness and camaraderie. But it was a great trip. Had a great time. Of course, it's always great to be with Runner, having Runner with me.
It really was we had a really nice couple days. Perfect. I kind of say perfect weather and great scenery, great exercise, great walking, and great fellowship. And so looking forward to get back home.
I don't know when the next trip is planned. We haven't planned one. We'll do one in the fall, but we're thinking of coming up here maybe next month. I hate to come up here in the summertime when it's hot, muggy, and the mosquitoes and the bugs and especially the black flies. But it's on the menu.
On the menu.
Well, this is the Marine.
And this is Runner.
Thank you for watching, and God bless.